Okay. Madam Chair, you are now live.
Thank you very much. Good morning. I'm Vice Mayor Gwen Whistler. I'm Chair of the Boards and Commissions Committee, and I'd like to welcome you to the October 27th remote meeting. All council committee members and staff are participating virtually. We appreciate your patience as we work through holding these committee meetings a bit differently. To help our audience follow along, I'll state each section of the agenda aloud. We are streaming live on our Virtual Engagement Hub, which is accessible through the Virtual Engagement Hub link on the front page of the city website. We also have an option for the public to listen live by phone. For those of you out there today with us, welcome. For today's meeting, we have the option for people to call in and comment during the meeting. To call in and comment live, use the same number, 855-925-2801, meeting code 9478. Your phone will be muted and you will hear the meeting live. At this point, speakers will need to push *3 to enter the speaker queue. I'll now go through and introduce the committee members and staff who are participating virtually. Please make sure to mute your microphone if you are not speaking. When you would like to speak, unmute your microphone. Please remember to mute your microphone after speaking. Council and staff, as I call your name, please say a quick hello. Councilman Keith Young.
Good morning.
Good morning. Councilman Brian Haynes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Assistant City Manager Richard White.
Good morning.
Good morning. And Deputy City Clerk Sarah Twilliger.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start the agenda. Approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the September minutes?
So moved, Councilman Young.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. So we have a motion and a second, and because we're meeting remotely, we'll go through a roll call vote. When I say your name, please say aye to approve the minutes. Councilman Young?
Aye.
Councilman Haynes?
Aye.
And myself, aye. The minutes have been approved. Okay, first on the agenda, we have the introduction of staff member Jerry Goldberg to the city clerk's office. Jerry will say hello, quick hello, and provide details of the responsibility and scope of the work with boards and commissions that she's been assigned to. Thanks,
Hello.
Jerry. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate being here this morning. So yes, in my role with the city clerk's office, I will be working and reporting to Sarah, who you all know very well, working primarily with boards and commissions with responsibilities for which you've likely been used to Sarah handling, in addition to the various administrative duties, such as processing board applications, maintaining resource and members databases, and tracking vacancies. I will be working on an overall review of all current boards and commissions. As you all are aware, boards and commissions are an integral part of the City of Asheville's public engagement efforts. So the purpose of the review is to provide a comprehensive snapshot of this important avenue for engaging with the public. And aligning with Council's 2036 vision, connected and engaged community and smart city, the project will involve basically a high-level review of active boards from an historical to a current perspective. And I'll be collecting information on trends from relevant past board actions as are reflected in the agendas and minutes. So there it is in a snapshot, nutshell. Any questions or concerns?
Does anyone have any questions about Jerry's new role? Or Jerry, do you have a sense of what your timeline is to kind of go through that? I know that you somewhat started this process. I remember you being at a audit committee meeting last probably fall, and you had started a little bit of this work. And I'm just wondering kind of where you are in the process of reviewing all the various boards and commissions, and what you're thinking about timing and what the process will be on reporting out. Do you anticipate that you will go through the city clerk's office and then the city manager's office, or do you think you'll be coming directly to like this board?
Well, what I've been asked is to have something ready. As you can imagine, it's a tedious review, especially because many board minutes and agendas are not necessarily online yet. So I'm actually going physically through the hard files and comparing with ordinances and resolutions as they've started. But I hope to have something to present to council by their retreat in January.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have any questions or concerns or comments? Okay, thank you, Jerry. Okay, so we will move on to the recommendations for appointments. The Human Relations Commission has some openings, but they have asked that we postpone the appointments so that commission can actually hold some interviews. Do I have support for that, or do I have? Okay.
I support that. I'm the liaison, and that's definitely where they're at right now.
Okay. Keith, do you have a sense of, will they be able to get to that maybe in the next month? Because I think there are a lot of openings.
That would be optimistic, but I'm not necessarily sure that's gonna happen that way.
Okay.
We'll see what transpires. I think a lot of the being able to like interview someone virtually and get people on board. I mean, it's one of the largest boards we've got. So maybe Sarah can speak to the quorum that we have there. So I think we have enough members to still have a quorum. There are quite a few openings, but not so many that I would be initially disturbed. I would really be concerned if we start rolling into January, middle of January after the holidays, and nothing has been done. But I think this group is on track. They're just moving a little bit slow right now. I think the interest in trying to find the right person and getting people involved at this current time for this board is proved to be difficult.
Okay.
And just to add to that, the next time, so being that the last council meeting in November was canceled, we will not have a boards and commissions November meeting. So Nia was optimistic that they would have a recommendation in time for our December meeting. So,
so to that, Sarah, and this is unrelated, but we may want to get an earlier rather than later meeting in December for boards and commissions. I know, for example, the alcohol and beverage, the ABC board, they're going to have several openings, and I mean, I hesitate to go another 2 months, kind of leaving them up in the air. So, and given the fact that we're not going to have a meeting in November, can we have one very early in December? Of course.
Yeah. So I'm proposing the first council date, which is the December 8 council meeting. Do you think sooner would be better? Appointments would be made, or the earliest we could do appointments, I guess I should say, is the December 8th council meeting.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's all we can do, given the elections and all that.
But you're right, ABC is one of, there is a handful of end of year appointments. So this will be we'll have more appointments for this December round.
Right. And so we'll have our organization meeting the beginning of December, right? And so the new constitution of this board, which could, okay, well, I guess it's all we can do. Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and just push the Human Relations Commission's appointments off. The Neighborhood Advisory Committee, we've got 2 openings in the 28804 and 28805, but we do not have any qualified applicants for those 2 positions, so we'll need to re-advertise for those. And then the at-large seat, now this is a staff recommendation and not necessarily from Neighborhood Advisory, either Diane Danker, or Demetra Jo Wilder. I would propose that we go ahead with Diane Dankert, only because Demita has been appointed to CPAC, and we kind of like to spread out appointments so that people don't serve on more than one boards and commissions. So, but I'm open to other suggestions.
I'm okay with that suggestion, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Me too.
Brian? Okay, great.
Yeah.
And at the end, we'll go through just in the aggregate like we usually do for these. And public arts and cultural commissions, the recommendation from that commission is the appointment of Marcia Almodovar. Is that that looked acceptable to me, but I didn't know whether I had concurrence on that.
You do, for me, you do. I would accept the recommendation of the committee.
Okay, great.
Me too.
So I'm going to go through a roll call. So the decisions today have been to hold off on the Human Relations Commission's appointments until that commission has an opportunity to do interviews. It's to re-advertise in the Neighborhood Advisory Committee for both the 28804 and the 28805 openings, and to appoint Diane Dankert to the at-large seat, and for the Public Art and Cultural Commission to appoint Marcia Almodovar for that opening. So I'll go through a roll call. So I have Councilman Young.
Aye.
Councilman Haynes.
Aye.
And I'm an aye, so we'll go ahead and present that tonight at the meeting. Okay, so now we're on to scheduling our December meeting. I think we talked about this a little bit. So we've canceled our board. Uh-oh, Brian. Do I see you dancing in your seat?
That was a little dance, yes.
So the boards and commissions meeting will be canceled for our November 24th, and we will plan on having a December 8th 10 a.m. meeting, and that will be under a reconstituted boards and commissions committee. And with that, I will also thank you, Brian, so much for your hard work on this committee. You have been a real asset, and I as chair really appreciate this. So and we'll miss you just on council. I miss sitting beside you. So
Right. I miss you sitting beside you as well. Well, thank you.
thanks. So for public comment, next we'll move to public comment. Pre-recorded and written comments have been provided to the committee. I do not believe we've had any of those. And we'll now take live public comment for up to 1 hour. Do we have anybody in the speaker queue? Brenda?
Sorry, I'm just double checking. There's someone on the line listening, but not in the speaker queue.
Okay. All right. Well, since we don't have any public comment, I will go ahead and adjourn this meeting unless anyone has any comments or questions that they want addressed right now. Okay. We'll see y'all this afternoon.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.